Can eating high fat, I mean very high fat, on a carnivore diet or a ketogenic diet cater to you developing diabetes? I mean, are you going to hit your fat threshold on high fat? Should you be eating high protein instead, especially lean? This is part 2 of debunking this nonsense. Let's get into it. Welcome everyone to my very humble life. This is like part 3 or take 3 of my dog driving me crazy because like I'm in a small camper because I'm trying to get my house built and builders never want to show up, but I digress. I'm going to ignore my dog and get through this information. Now, I just put out a video of Maria Emmerich saying that her and her husband saying that when you eat high fat, and she was not contextualizing things, that you hit a fat threshold, meaning your fat cells can only store so much fat, and then they start spilling over into your organs like your pancreas, thus creating type 2. She didn't actually say what type, she just said diabetes. Okay, let's dive more deep into this subject because this is part 2. You guys asked for it. Now, as I explained yesterday, so go check out that video, I'll link it at the end. When you eat fat, you need a functioning gallbladder. If you don't have a functioning gallbladder, the system of digestion gets sort of backed up. Any inflammatory response to the body can spike your blood sugar. The whole time you're trying to drive ketosis, I've mentioned this before. If your gallbladder is not functioning properly, if you are not producing enough pancreatic lipase, if you don't have enough stomach acid, you're not going to be able to break down this fat. Now you're not in ketosis, right? You can't drive ketosis, not a sustainable long-term ketosis where the body prefers ketones over glucose. This is an inflammatory response which caters to high blood sugar. Now, eating fat does not cause diabetes. I don't know what tomfoolery that people come and make up every couple of years that scares the audience watching these gurus. Okay. Fat, any toxicity with fat will come from the ability of not being able to break it down. People who hit their fat threshold, who cannot expand or swell their fat cells or divide or multiply to store fat in other places, can develop insulin issues. This is called lipodystrophy. And this happens to people who have a completely destroyed and fracked up immune system from a hard life. Humans are like cockroaches, but at the same time, they're very, very, very sensitive to inflammation. So if you're not experiencing lipodystrophy, you don't have to worry about hitting a fat threshold where your body has the inability to divide or expand or multiply, and then that fat that is not being able to be stored in other organs starts to affect other organs like your pancreas. This is so rare. So the fact that Maria and her husband are saying that just eating high fat itself causes diabetes, to me creates a severe eating disorder. So how is that possible, eating a carnivore diet? Think about it. They are promoting, the Emmerichs, eat low fat, high protein, although I don't think she's eating, in my opinion, based on her physicality. Low fat, high protein, low carbohydrate. And this can lead to a condition called a rabbit starvation, because your body cannot utilize protein as energy. It's either got to burn fat or carbohydrates as fuel. If you're not burning fat or carbohydrates, your immune system tanks. this whole rabbit starvation, I believe, came from the settlers going across and eating rabbit and lots of rabbit. Without enough fat, your body fails. Your brain needs fat. Your cells, the cell lining needs fat. Your reproductive hormones need fat. There are so many parts of the body that need fat. You need the fat-soluble vitamins, vitamin D, E, A, and K, that you are not going to be getting in this meat where they said that meat was so high in nutrition. No. The mothership of nutrition comes in fat or vitamins first, then minerals. Vitamins. Not going to get that in your lean rabbit starvation meat. I really want to emphasize that watching gurus online is very confusing. People say such extreme things, like now people are wanting me to talk about Anthony Chafee, because he's like, protein. I will. I mean, I've been online for so many years. I am trying to take care of my mom. I'm trying to build houses. I'm trying to take care of a bunch of rescued horses that were in KILL pens, waiting to be sold for dog food. So the irony is my videos get the most views commenting on other people's stuff. And I don't really care to, but then people are asking me why I am not promoting high protein. Why do I promote high fat if it makes you fat, if it gives you diabetes? And then I'm like, all right, this is now affecting my ability to help people, because people are asking for high protein diets because they are afraid of gaining weight, or they're afraid of developing diabetes. Remember, the Emmerichs are making it sound like that if you eat high fat, you're going to develop diabetes. There's no context. And people who follow their advice, I kind of feel like the Emmerichs are preying on the fact that people are very afraid to eat fat. I think they have an issue with fat. A lot of people have an issue with fat. They don't even know it. They can't break it down. They feel sick, or they become very afraid of gaining weight. And now there's this whole nonsense about becoming a diabetic because you've hit your fat threshold. Remember, hitting a fat threshold is so rare. Humans have the ability for the fat cells to swell, so they're not hitting a threshold. They have the ability to multiply and divide. It's very rare that somebody would develop lipodystrophy. This comes from autoimmune disorders. This comes from a weakened immune system, where somebody would develop the inability to divide and to swell and multiply, thus affecting their pancreas. So eat the fat. Fat does not make you fat. Broken hormones make you fat. The inability to digest fat because of pancreatic lipase that you're not producing, or your gallbladder is not functioning. These are some of the fail mechanisms in your body that are preventing you from being able to eat fat successfully. Now I gotta go, because that was a tongue twister. Now I got to go. I hope this clears this up. I will talk about it some more, because I still get messages nonstop. How can I possibly eat fat and not get fat? I'm like, wow, the brain scrubbing is real. We're made out of fat. We have to eat fat, because if not, you can develop rabbit starvation, which is just your body not getting the you're malnutritioned. It's like you're just not getting the nutrition that you need out of the fat for the body to function properly. And a lot of people are developing this when they have the fear or eating issues, because you can't say the, or ED, right? The disorder. Yeah. Shockingly enough, I did not get slammed for criticizing their content. It's not them as people. I am not criticizing them as people. It is the horrid advice. And now people are becoming, not people, a lot of people are questioning the need to eat such high fat? And I'm like, you can't get energy from protein, and you don't want to experience rapid starvation, right? You don't want to be in malnutrition. And that's it. I got to go. If you guys need help with your gallbladder or getting into ketosis, figuring out a solid plan to get you healthy, you can go to stephanieperson.com and sign up for a consultation, and I will debunk this garbage of fat making you fat, so we can actually start working on your broken hormones, right? By eating fat, right? Because your sex hormones are made out of cholesterol. So when you don't eat cholesterol, you just wreck your hormones. And hormones dictate the body composition. And I'm out.